Hey everyone, J7Jace here, bringing you a much longer video than normal. I'll be showing some tips and tricks on how to 5-star all the rendezvous missions with Ramza only, and I'll be commentating over my gameplay. First off, I do recommend max level, getting 97 bravery, 3 faith, and getting the best equipment you can get in the single player mode and rendezvous, as these are the hardest fights in the game. Second, you will have to use some of the stronger base jobs and abilities for the most part, so Ramza's unique Squire, Black Mage, and Dark Knight are highly recommended. Pretty much you want something strong that can take out multiple enemies at once. We will be using Onion Knight in one of the later missions as we need to equip Ribbon to protect us from a variety of negative status ailments. Third and lastly, I do recommend using the Degenerator Trap to increase your stats, particularly speed, PA, max HP, and then higher MP. You can go the magic route as well if you want, but I'm more of a fan of swords. I do recommend getting speed at least in the mid to high 20s, as there are a few situations where you need to get in multiple turns to finish off certain enemies. For most of the rendezvous missions, you don't need to increase your stats, but I found it impossible to do in one of the final missions, and overall it does help out, but in most of these I'll show you what a normal Ramza can do. So with all that being said, I am going to show all the fights and how I tackled them with some voiceover. So we'll be starting with the rendezvous missions in chronological order, or the order at which you're going to unlock them. And for Chocobo defense, what we want to do is to try and get rid of multiple enemies at once, and to mount and keep the Chocobos alive, as if they're KO'd, it's game over. So for the screen here, you saw that there were 2 squads. Now, it's honestly truly impossible to do it solo because it's a multiplayer feature, so you're gonna have to deploy someone in the second squad. So what I did here was I had a arithmetician or calculator. I do prefer that name. I just had them because they have a very slow base speed stat, and I just gave them an invisibility cloak, so they have like 5 base speed even at like level 99. Like it's something really ridiculous. So when someone says they're overpowered, it's their abilities on other jobs. And right here I noticed the thief was out of range from my Chijidaden, so I just wanted to protect and shell that Chocobo to reduce any physical damage to it by a third. And if you notice with the build that I have here, it's everything from the shop. Like, I should have used some of the rendezvous items, in my opinion, because that haste is such a big deal. Like, this battle would be a lot faster if I had haste or was using things like, you know, Crown Scepter, which gives like 4 MA, and I'm only using Wizard's Rod, which gives 2 MA. And a lot of these earlier missions, you're gonna see them, so no big deal. If you end up watching this entire video, it's quite long. That Shida Hadori is very handy, so they can't regularly physically attack me. They're gonna have to resort to using stone, which doesn't do a lot of damage, and it's nice. Like, what I should have done was I should have gave Ramza a Lordly Robe. I think that'd be nice. But that Chocobo, oh man, is eating it. So a trick that you could do here is to mount one of the Chocobos when it's low. You'll also gain its mobility as well. So getting back up top shouldn't be a problem. And that chemist is down. So in most cases, if possible, I'd say try to get rid of the chemists, because they're more than likely to have Phoenix Downs. But this guy is going for a raise. Again, not the best for them. Like, I wouldn't put magic on a chemist. Their stats overall, not that great, and it also depends on their fate stat. So if I was being a little more careful, I'd be like checking on their stats. But that guy really doesn't have good bravery and faith. So I'm gonna mount that sad chocobo there. Do a Muramasa or Doomed Aspirations. Like I kind of like the katana name better. Like in the PS1 version, it just said the katana name, and even in Dissidia NT Final Fantasy and Dissidia Opera Omnia, they just gave the katana name Chidiji Aden as opposed to Raging Inferno, and that was really cool. I still like Dissidia Final Fantasy, PSP games, and Dissidia O12 Duodecim Final Fantasy a lot better. Actually, light years better than Dissidia NT because it felt more like an RPG, and Square Enix did develop the game. But Ramza and a few other characters. Actually, no, I'm just gonna say Ramza since we're playing Final Fantasy Tactics here. They're in Dissidia NT. So Ramza's not in the other two games, so there is that. It's not as good because you can't play as Ramza in those. But as a game, in terms of the characters, Dissidia Final Fantasy and O12 were just so amazing. Some of my favorite PSP games, so maybe you'll be seeing content on that in the future. So there's a raise. It doesn't hit, like, the chances of it going off not really high. It does miss. So there's the Arithmetician's turn. Dude, even at level 99, look at that, 104 HP. Like, she has no equipment on her. So whoever says they're overpowered, man, not their ability. I mean, no. Their abilities are, just as a primary, they aren't. Correct myself. I have to catch myself. So there we go. Get rid of these two enemies. So this is my strategy for getting on Chocobo Defense. Like, even though it's the first one, it can be hard if you're not careful because of the Chocobo guest thing. Like, for that reason, it's one of the harder ones in my opinion. Like, if you didn't have that additional objective, it'd be a lot easier. Like, if it was just defeat all enemies, like, it adds on something else. And, you know, if they were like red chocobos, that'd be a lot more deadly, or they'd be a lot better because, you know, red chocobos are just stronger than yellow chocobos. Like HP, speed, all their stats virtually. And then you got Choco Meteor, and Choco Pellets or Ball. So they're monsters, man. Like, group can take out Orlando. And I just do a Murasame here to heal that Chocobo. Look how happy it is, man. It's like the most emotional, expressive monster in Final Fantasy Tactics. The bomb's up there in terms of the sad face, like when they're in critical though. But there we go. Rush for 6 damage. Not a lot. But yeah, this is how you tackle Chocobo Defense. Just make sure you mount a Chocobo. Go after the other enemies. Keep them up if you have to. Like, that's one reason I wanted to go Wizard or Black Mage here. With the Draw Out or Iaido, as they can heal. I mean, you can also heal if it was like Light Magic or something, but having things instant is just so good, especially here as Solo Ramza, since you're not going to be getting off these instant cast spells. And just for information, math skill or arithmetics is banned in the multiplayer rendezvous. So if you're playing on the Lionware mod, you can actually use it. But if you're trying to do this solo, officially on the real version, you're going to need to use something else since there's no math skill. So that was a really good balance check by the development team. And yeah, we're going to see my rating. It's 5 stars. Every single one of these is 5 stars. I'm just showing you how to get 5 stars in each mission. And if you get 5 treasure chests, you're good. So we're going to move on to the next rendezvous mission. Now we're moving on to Chicken Race. And this one, honestly, I should have been a Black Mage with Iaido, since there's a lot more enemies grouped up together. I decided to just go Ramza Squire with Night Swords and Concentration. Um, just for some variety, because in the later ones you're gonna be seeing, similar setups like, you know, Darkness, Ramza, and that's gonna be very, very necessary in one of these rendezvous missions. When we get to it, or if you do end up getting to it, this is like a 3-hour video. So, again, if you watched, a good portion of it, or, the first few or whatever, or if you come back to it and finish watching it, that is amazing. Or just leave a like and a comment, and that'll be super, super useful and helpful to me. And this time, Ramza does have haste, as you see with Brigand's Glove. This one's annoying. If we were to tackle it earlier on, the enemy has a bunch of undead enemies. So what you could do is just have a team of chemists, and since they have built-in throw items, you just toss Phoenix Downs at them. I don't really recommend the White Mage Raise method, since the cast time is going to be a bit slow here. So just chemists and throw their junk at them and they'll be KO'd. Just note that they do have a chance to revive again, unfortunately, which we're going to see a bit later. Another really good character, if you want to tackle this a bit later, is Beowulf, because of his instant break, which petrifies. That's probably like the best way. If you get Mustadio as well in chapter 2, Seal Evil is awesome. Really, really good for this. And that guy, his zodiac sign is Cancer, so I'm really not doing a lot. Even with 97 bravery, Chaos Blade, and good equipment like, Lordly Robe. Unfortunately, that minus 50% will take a lot out of you. And I did turn my back there. A little mistake by me. Not paying attention that much this one. I was just like, oh, I'm gonna run right through him. But Black Mage Iaido with move +3 would have actually been better here. I'm not sure what I was thinking. But yeah, with reflexes, escutcheon, featherweave, mantle, yeah, they're really not gonna hit you. Because I have the shield equipped though, I'm showing my back, and that's why I'm getting hit. So yeah, don't do what I do. But I do have items on this Ramza, so I can heal myself back up, or I can just go and wait for a crystal, and I should be good. Let's see, 560 there. And I'm just waiting in place. So what I'm trying to do is to take advantage of CT, getting more turns faster. And there we go. Let's see what he does. Just waits, because he knows he can't hit me. There we go. Hastes from the Time Mage. Like, that's really annoying, because I just want to get this battle done with, over and done with. But yeah, they get in more turns, so that's gonna be a little hassle. Let's see what happens there. I go for him. So I'm just going for whoever's near me. Not the best zodiac compatibility there too. And let's see what the archer does. Yeah. But that's how you tackle this one if you wanna fight it early game, or if you wanna do it much faster than me. Don't worry though. Some of these harder ones we're gonna speed right through. This one not so much. There was a turn by Sistalelli, the Arithmetician. Shout out Blitzball Mania. He liked that generic name a lot, so I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna include it here. see what happens. Another haste yet again. I really wish some of these wouldn't land, so like I would get in more turns faster, but it is what it. I should have just had a proper build and setup. Like this one is probably my I want to say least favorite rendezvous mission. Just the music. Like whoever composed it, very nice. But I it just doesn't sound very upbeat and lively to me. And like the ghosts, like the zombies, there's just too much death here. Like there's death. Oh, and there's a nice stone proc there. That's what I did with Chaos Blade. Like I've been using so many sword skills that I rarely see the Petrify proc from the weapon. But there is that one. That's just so annoying, that time mage hasting, man. I'm like not a fan if they're using it. However, if we're using it, then it's nice. But yeah, only we're allowed to. And there we go, Sistalelli again. Getting in that turn. 560 and drops dead. So I'm just gonna wait yet again. But that guy's running away. So if an enemy's in critical, they won't try to engage you, unless they have some sort of ranged attack, but they're just gonna flee. Now, if more than one enemy in critical, if there's more than one enemy in critical, let's just say there's like 5, they're all gonna come and attack you. Or if it's the last one alive, then it will. AI is interesting in Final Fantasy Tactics. Like I think it's good for the most part. Very once in a while I'll see it do something a little weird, and I'm trying to understand it, but honestly, I think it's good, especially considering when it came out and all that. But at times, I'm like, I don't know. Like, and I do wish some of the enemies did have, like, they use some of the stronger abilities. Like, when you encounter a chemist at like chapter 4 and you still seeing them use potions, I'm like, come on, let's use something stronger, please. And unfortunately, some of the enemies will get resurrected and not turn into crystals or treasure chests, unfortunately. And that guy's just waiting. Like, I just want to KO something. 280, man. Oh, cancer. It's like, it's funny. Like, cancer's bad, and like the actual cancer. Like, if you're a Cancer zodiac sign, power to you. But yeah, just the other Cancer. Yeah, it just had to be Capricorn, Capricorn. So shout out to my fellow Capricorns if you're watching this. I'm not sure what's gonna come up first. A different mod review video that I'm gonna be working on, or this upload, because this upload's like 3 hours and it's gonna take like maybe 4 hours to upload it, to be honest. Let me see. Yeah, maybe this one, because I always wanted to do this challenge. Like, is it possible to 5-star or all the missions with Ramza in Rendezvous? Yeah, I mean, it is possible. Just you're gonna need to de-level and re-level the stats with the degenerator trap, unfortunately. And some of the harder ones. These ones, not so much, but it'd be better for the sake of time for the upload. But I should have done that. After him, 560, I like it. So if you're wondering why I have concentration on, it's like yeah, Ramza in the PS1 version, since he can't get sword skills, like because there's no Dark Knight. Yeah, that's what he does. He just regularly physically attacks, and he is pretty solid at it. Even in his base squire, he's good. But you know, like from a gameplay perspective, wish he did a little more. Because I mean, in terms of the lore and canon, he is the best warrior, essentially. Like, people get gameplay and lore and canon power mixed up all the time. But, you know, that's like saying Vincent from Final Fantasy VII is weak because in Final Fantasy VII, he's, you know, not that great of a character. But, you know, people, because then he had Dirge of Cerberus and Advent Children where he does some cool stuff, people get that mixed up all the time. So another haste from that time mage, man, that is annoying. Like, I'm looking at the time for this rendezvous, and I'm like, geez, I did Brave Story and like Nightmares a whole lot faster, considering the enemies, etc. So this was Chicken Race, and then we're gonna move on to the next mission. Go with Black Mage Yaido, and just nuke everything in sight. Don't do this auto attack Ramza with concentration. And we do 5-star it, 5 treasure chests. Again, nothing too great. You're gonna see a lot better items in the harder rendezvous missions. So there's level 5. This time we're on treasure hunt, and don't worry, it's gonna be so much faster than the last one, Chicken Race. So I went with a fast mobile build for this rendezvous mission because it's whoever gets the treasure chest at the end of the map, and the enemies are spawned a lot closer to it. So there is that. But in order to 5-star it, we need to KO all the enemies. And there's quite a bit. So that's why I went with the mobile fast Black Mage. That's probably the best way. I mean, what you essentially could do is just stack speed, use Ninja Gear or what's the PS1 name? Secret Clothes. And then just go over there, and that'll win you the battle. But that'll only give you 1 star. We need or want 5 stars, like the 5-star Rock Splash. So the enemies here, again, not threatening too much. Like, if you have Shida Hadori, it will protect you. The monk sometimes could use other things that will work around Blade Grasp, but again, not too worried. Or I wouldn't be too worried. And there's the archer there. Oh, stone. Oh man. Yeah, someone in the comments was like, yeah, so Shida Hadori can block Deadly Blade, Yeah, the Aura Blast there. That works around Chidori. Does good damage. So someone was like, that can block the Deadly Blade, but it can't block, you know, like a rock on the ground at you. I mean, maybe it's too small. Like, nah, that makes no sense. Here we go. I go for another Raging Inferno. So if like the Aura Blast gets me, or like for like a normal attack, I could actually lose this. And there, my Chidi G shatters, but I wouldn't be too worried about it because in this mode, if your items get broken or stolen, you will get them back at the end. So yeah, don't worry too much in like if this happens to you on the PSP. No big deal. Now, if you're doing a solo challenge and your weapon gets broken, you may want to reset. You're gonna be in trouble. Look at that epic Shidadori. That block. There's the monk. Dude, at level 89, 500 HP. It's pretty solid. And I just move Ramza right there. And it's gonna be a wrap. So this is how you 5-star Treasure Hunt. It's flat, so go with move +3 or move +2. And Iaido with Raging Inferno, and you're gonna be really good. Make sure you stack up that speed. If you're too slow, they're gonna grab the treasure chest, and it's gonna be over. And that's how you 5-starred essentially. So here you see the treasure wheel. 5 treasure chests. Treasure wheel term made popular by the great one and only FF Tactics Nizer, so big shout out to him. And there's 5 stars on level 5 for a level 5 retriever. So here we are back with more Rendezvous. This time we're commentating over Teo, and this guy, he has several thousand HP, and he's accompanied by several yellow and red chocobos and some red panthers and pigs. So again, we're going back to the draw out wizard or black mage, and I decided to use Lordly Robe here. The Choco Beaks, Choco Meteors, they can do a lot of damage, and having that protect is really valuable in order to survive. And they're nice and grouped up. Not sure if we're fast enough to, or on the right elevation or move stat. Like we can't jump in right there. Now, if we were something else with like 4 move, we could do that, but we aren't. So I decided to wait there. Then it's gonna be like the red chocobo's turn. Like the Teo here, he just has a lot of HP. I'm still a little more afraid of like a flock of red chocobos because they're just so fast. And yeah, speed is king. Like even though black chocobo can do more damage, they do have a lot less HP, and they aren't as fast, which is big since speed is like king in Final Fantasy Tactics. Like every single tactics game or Final Fantasy Tactics game, I wouldn't say every tactics game because I never played, every single strategy RPG or RPG rather. Now, in terms of speed, some people are going to say APM, like actions per minute. That is important. Don't get me wrong, but what's more important is knowing the strategies. Like if you play a game like Age of Empires 2, or StarCraft 2 or StarCraft 1, APM is gonna matter. Like if you're on the same skill level as someone. Like let's just say I have like 2 actions per minute, which is really really low, versus someone who has like maybe 200 or 300. Then it's gonna be a problem. But like you need to know how to micro, know the strategies, what to do, and so on. So to me, that's more important than how fast you are. But in a game like this, if you have a fast character, then it's going to be more important. If that makes any sense. I do want to get rid of those red chocobos though. They are nasty. Don't let the cute looks fool you. There's Cheaty G. So I'm shaving off some of Teo's HP there because he hits hard. And I believe he's a Libra, if I'm not mistaken. That's why it's not doing damage in the 900s. There's the pig, Reckless Charge, for 42. And I'm using Mana Shield because of those attacks. Black mages don't have the best HP, so I need like a second life bar just to be safe here. Now, if I can get a crystal to restore both my HP and MP, then we're gonna be rocking. But I don't. Ooh, 176 crit from that chocobo. Let's see what this Red Panther does. I was just looking. I was like, I don't know what I was thinking. Like thinking I had chakra to restore my MP. I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna use another Cheaty G. It's just so good. Bam. And then I'll just wait in place. I honestly should have checked the turn order because there's Teo 196. Oh, that would have been really, really dangerous. Or could have been dangerous if I was like a different zodiac sign or if I didn't have Protect on. So that was the importance of this build, having that Protect and Arcane Strength. So you see the power of Protect there, and knowing the zodiac signs. And there's the repetitions. This is the Lily. The chocobos don't have an AoE attack. None of the enemies in this battle do. So I was thinking, what am I gonna do here? Like, should I just go for another Chi-Ji Daden? Run away? Yeah, that one, I'm not sure if that was the best decision. I think I should have checked the turn order. Oh, I was protected, so no one could actually come up to me. Then I do a Murasame here to keep me up. See, that's what I love about the samurai skills. It won't target enemies, and won't target you, or won't harm you rather. So that's really nice. I just, for the longest time, when I first played this game, I didn't know that the damage of those abilities were based on your magic attack. So I'd put them on like knights and Orlando, pretty much anyone with a physical attack. And I just couldn't, for the life of me, figure out why they were doing much, or pretty weak damage. I just thought when Elmendor used it, when you fought him, I thought those abilities are so cool. Wouldn't it would be awesome to have a knight with those abilities? But now I realized, I mean, not now, but years later, I'd be like, yeah, they're based on MA, and he just, or use them with someone with high MA. You don't have to be a black mage. Like, you could D-level down and up as something with better stats. Mime is really great for that, MP and speed, but I just did it with Ninja and Ramza Squire, and I had good results, as you'll see later once we go into my insane Ramza with the awesome stats, who honestly he deserves so much better as a character, gameplay wise, and lore and canon. Dude's like Chuck Norris, like the John Jones of the Ghoulies. No one's messing with him. anytime soon. So now I'm checking the turn order, since I gotta be careful now. Since I'm out of MP, I gotta see if we can get a crystal or something. So I just do a Murasame or Rain of Wisdom there. There we go. There is a crystal. Like, Teo is gonna restore so much if he gets in there. There's another one as well. I do another. I think I should just grab it. Do I grab the crystal? Okay, I do. And then I should just wait. Like sometimes I'll like watch my gameplay and I'm like, oh shoot, I should have done this move. That would have been a lot better. I would have gotten a lot more value instead of doing this and that. So, but I know a lot of people do like the live commentary, like of me playing at the same time. Like this was already recorded and I'm talking over it, so I'll try and do those and just go through how to approach certain battles and etc. Because it's kind of like a live stream, but I'm not really live streaming. Maybe in the future I'll live stream. I know I had a few people talk about wanting me to live stream. I just don't have the internet connection to be able to do that. I have my laptop should be able to handle it fine. Just yeah. I like the YouTube videos better than live streaming. And someone said like, live stream is easier because you just push the button and talk. But I think there's a lot more to it. Pretty much do what you like and feel better. Like when I streamed rather, I was on Twitch and I don't know, I didn't really have fun with it. I liked YouTube a lot more. And more people watched me on YouTube. So I was like, yeah, I'll go on YouTube. And there's the 9-9 heal from Teo. I'm just like, oh, so much HP. So I gotta knock him back down again. I don't have that much Chiji Dotton left, so I was like, at the time of playing this, I was like, I hope it don't breaks. I hope it doesn't break. But 720 is still good. So if I ever do go live, maybe I'll just do it on Twitch and we'll play other games too, possibly. And we're gonna have a good time, pretty much. And then of course, FFT, people want to see me play Final Fantasy Tactics. Or maybe do a mod playthrough, or go Advance 1 or Advance 2. I think it'll be a good time. So many crystals this round, man. Good thing the Black Chocobo is a little slower. Man, he is healing. There's so much. 196. But we'll know when he's almost down for the 3 count. Good Muramasa there. Dude, like, I know this game's old, but the aesthetic on so many of these abilities look so nice. It's something that the other Final Fantasy games, to me, couldn't really capture. Like, whenever they featured a Tactics character, like, for example, like their abilities in War of the Visions or Dissidia Opera Omnia. And even Dissidia NT, I want to say. The look or the aesthetic of the abilities in Tactics just looks so much better. I think the only thing I want to say that does look better, but it's like ahead technology-wise by so many years, is the War of the Vision limit bursts. Look amazing. They look so beautiful. Even the graphics like of the character models and so on. I know some people comment they don't like the way they look. I think it looks cool. Or even the look of this Ramza in Dissidia NT, like Obviously, if Square didn't develop that game, it was Koei Tecmo. I think that's another reason why it's not as good as the first two Dissidia games, but I thought Ramza looked pretty good. I felt like his mercenary armor shouldn't have all that rust on it, personally. There we go. Chidiji Daden. Chocobo's almost down, I promise. But man, he is still standing after all that. So impressive. Like, I wonder how much HP he actually has. Like, I wonder if someone, like, calculated all their damage. And then when he's in critical, like, you just throw stones at him or reduce your power. And you just count the ones. That would be insane if, like, someone did that. Or someone who, from FF Tactics, can see beyond the question marks. That's insane. So there we go. Sistaleli again. Since there's not many units on the field, that slow unit will go faster. The more Muramasa. Now the Chocobo's in critical. So it's almost a wrap. This is how I 5-star this mission. And Chidiji Daden. Dude, look at that. It took a 720. Like, in critical. Man. There you go. There's a Chocobo. Going up to me. Honestly, he should have Choco pellets and then flew away. Try and get out of my range. But now, we go Muramasa. And the Chocobo is done. So there we go. This was Teo and how you 5-star it. Wark, and he looks so sad. But yeah, Black Mage Iaido, use Lordly Robe, get something to negate the damage of the Chocobos, and you should be good. Take out more than one at a time. And here's a treasure wheel. 5 treasure chests. I just want to show the rating at the end of each mission. Verify and show that I am getting 5 stars on all these missions. So there's that. So for this part, we're on Lost Heirloom, and this one's going to be a lot faster. We're just going straight up Dark Knight Ramza with speed. So Ninja Gear, Brigand's Glove, and we're going to have a great time. And as usual, the Shida Hadori, since the vast majority of enemies here will just use physical attack. And this one's not too hard. We just gotta defeat all enemies. And the thief up top. So we don't have to be too worried here. I actually did restart this one because like the knight had like a really low percentage chance to destroy my weapon, and she got it off, and I was like, oh my gosh. I also wasn't recording too, so I have no video or capture of that. I probably would have made a funny YouTube short or something. So I just got rid of the time mage there. Another good setup would be the black mage Iaido, since they're all grouped up together. Maybe not against the archers. Nah, actually, nah, that should be fine. I just wanted Sanguine Sword, something to heal myself here. And it's not too exciting. But what I could do is, and I do end up doing it, like they're grouped up pretty nicely, so I could really set up and go for an Abyssal Blade. Like, it does so much damage, and it's an ability I did like using a lot back when I played on the PSP because of the slowdown of the abilities. Like, I remember for the longest time, I was like, there must be something wrong with this game. Like, I remember playing it on PS1 and it would be smooth, like the abilities and the sounds.
But yeah, I was just checking the zodiac signs there, and I just move Ramza. Then I go for an Abyssal Blade. Just takes out multiple enemies with the 999. Love it. 820 on that enemy right there. But there's really no stopping Ramza here. And Shida Hadori just doing wonders, blocking, man. He moves there. Beef up top. Like, they're not going to be landing any attacks with, since Ramza has the Escutcheon 2 on. There's the Haste Ja from the Time Mage. Looks really cool. He gets hasted. Should probably go after him, though. Or I'll just go after the Archer. Like, honestly, a really overlooked ability from the Dark Knight, since at this point in time, we're just going to be, like, one-shotting most things. Like, you'd rather just go for the one-shot. Infernal Strike or Dark Sword, like, it gets rid of their MP. I think if we were to have access to it earlier on in the game, we'd see a lot more use for it. Because, yeah, just getting rid of a Black Mage's MP, like, if we were to have that early on, you pretty much take them out of the fight, essentially. They're just going to whack with their Rod, which does, like, 2 damage, like Chapter 1. So, yeah, to me, really underrated ability that's overlooked. I go for a Crushing Blow here. 999. Love seeing that max damage. And I'm just going to wait. Conserve some CT. Why not? 2 Archers. And a Time Mage and Sistaleli. Gonna wait. Go after the Time Mage here. Use my Sanguine Sword. And it's a wrap, essentially. So pretty much you just gotta hit and not get hit for this rendezvous mission. Safeguard is nice since, you know, there are thieves and the knight, which they could potentially break your items or steal your items. So that's also another solid support ability and choice. I'm just like, should I physically attack him? No, I'll use Sanguine Sword. 60%, 40% chance to miss. That's really high. And I'll wait there. It's the Archer's turn. And I use a regular physical attack there since it's 100%. And this is how I 5-starred Lost Heirloom. Just that Shida Hadori, taking out multiple enemies at once, be fast, and this one's not too hard, and it'll be yours. Now, if we were doing it low level, it'd be a different challenge. That's a whole new beast, in my opinion. Concentration would be good. So we're getting better items for a little bit, and here's our 5-star rating for Lost Heirloom, level 5 Count's Guard. Now we're on the Fete or Fate, or the Ball, like the Lion Horse translation for the win. So this is the one where we're going to be facing the bards and dancers. And for those of you that remembered, or you're still watching this video, I had like the Epic 1 Soulbind when I uploaded this to my channel. So like that was like the most epic Soulbind ever. That and the 69 Soulbind. And there's a dancer saying Teehee, kind of reminds me of Rasley from Chrono Cross. So this one's not too hard, but believe it or not, I did have to retry this one 2 times because of RNG. Like, I lost some HP, and the knight worked through my Shida Hadori, and I got petrified because the dancer had like Geomancy on, and I'm like, oh. But I saved and recorded those clips, so I'll upload them sometime as a YouTube short. But yeah, this one, they're not dancing and singing. I guess they're not programmed to do it, according to what Nizer said, if I'm not mistaken. Been a while, and I get so many comments. I love replying to them, but to keep track of everyone, like of the thousands of people who blocked there. But like out of the thousands of people, like over time who have commented, so hard to remember every single one. So but no, it's a blast, and it's been getting tougher to keep up with replies. But yeah, this is how you tackle the Fate, or the Fet. I'm gonna say the Fet. Just yeah, they're gonna group up nicely. Get that Black Mage, Iaido running. Like, don't use anything else. Don't try and use regular magic. Actually do try to cast a fire spell a bit later on into it, just for fun. And I'm just taking out all these enemies. The monks are pretty tough here since they have equip armor on, and they'll have more HP. I mean, I wouldn't say they're tough, but they're gonna be a lot more tanky with that extra HP. They shouldn't be too bad. Just move up there, take out all those bards with the Chidi Jidaden. Oh man, love that blue flame. Kind of reminds me of Azula from Avatar: The Last Airbender. And they did Azula and Zuko dirty. If you ever watched that show, man. Oh man, in my opinion. Here we go. Let's go there. GDG Dodden. Get rid of that monk. I want her out. Like I'm unsure if the Muramasa can finish her, but I know the GDG Dodden just does so much damage. And here's the power of a monk. Using revive. Actually, items with Phoenix down. I don't know why I thought it was a revive. And I cast fire here. I don't know what I was thinking. I should have just went down and blew him up. But yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. Probably one of the bigger mistakes in this long upload. Because then the monk just revives the dancer again. But then after she uses the Phoenix down, I can just go back, go in between them and use Chiji Daden, which I end up doing. It's my turn. And yeah, this is how you 5-star the Fet with the ball. Just, I mean, you can get ruined by bad RNG, but it's not too hard. Like, I wouldn't put this in the toughest of fights. So this is how you 5-star, and this is also where you can see some bards and dancers, because you can't see them in the single player game at all, unless someone finds some, like, or rediscovers some encounter. Never say never. So there's that. There's the Fet. And Dragon Rod, which is rare, but it's not a good equipment item. So there we go, level 5, Lord of the Night. So now we are moving on to Desert Minefield, and I'll show you how to get 5 stars here. For this one, you're gonna want to stack up a lot of speed, similar to how we were doing in Chocobo Defense, because we need to protect our chemist, who's an ally, even though his sprite is actually the enemy colors. So found that kind of interesting. But yeah, he's pretty fragile, and the monsters who scale pretty well, and he'll like try and help you attack, but since the bombs have counter as a reaction ability, it really doesn't help you. So what I do here is I open up with a Kiyomori, so he gets Protect, which will reduce the physical damage to him by a third. And that's going to be super helpful. And I also try and go up, so I'm going to be the one to take the bait or to take some damage off of him. And what I want to do here is just try to get rid of the enemies that could possibly go up close to him. And right there, they can move within distance and hurt the chemist. So that's why I did the Muramasa there. So the tier 3 bombs, the grenades are, I mean, they do hit hard. They're just slightly on the slower side. So there's that. Like, that's one advantage that we can take care of, or have, rather. So they're grouping up quite nicely. And they can also heal, and look how happy they are with that evil smile. I mean, shoot. Not grenades, exploders. It goes bomb, grenade, exploder. My bad. I don't see grenades. Well, I mean exploders. Oh man, I'm having a dirt moment. I don't see them all that often, so that's why I probably get the name mixed up. But there we go. With the Muramasa or Raging Inferno, that's probably the safest bet. See, there we go. He eats a counter from that grenade. But yeah, exploders are black, grenades are blue, bombs are red. And I hate a few. I don't know. That was a bad joke. I just thought of it on the spot. Yeah, I'm just getting rid of them. Some people were saying this one is easy. It really depends on your build and setup. You're gonna want something that can take on multiple enemies, and you want a fast speed stat. That's how you're going to tackle this mission, which I'm showing here. So they're slowly covering, coming up. They have pretty good HP too, so I guess that's what the development team wanted, something like a slower, heavy-hitting enemy, which is cool, because like the Black Chocobo, they're the slower, harder hitting, but less HP and speed. But these guys have good HP. That was like 571. Oh, look at that damage. One grenade or grenada left. Let's see what was this. Oh my gosh, this canvas. They should have at least given him a gun or something. You know what I mean? That's my opinion. And a saying from Bob Sapp: "They call you Kid Dynamite, but I'm putting his fuse out." Bam. So this is how you can 5-star Desert Minefield. Gotta have that fast character who can take out multiple enemies. So if we were to play it normally, you know, someone like Orlando, I mean, in nearly all cases, he isn't bad. But, you know, the Hollowed Bolt or Divine Ruination can take out multiple enemies with ease. There's that. We got the 5-star. We see 5 treasure chests. 2 Cashmere. That's... And forget going to Louis Vuitton. We'll buy that. There we go. Level 5 Bomb Slayer. So this one is a little bit longer. We are doing littering. So what I wanted here was someone who could evade the throws and the two swords or dual wield from the ninjas. This is also a good place if you want to catch knight swords or higher level weapons, and get to also see some unique sprites of certain ninjas as well. Like, oh, I think that ninja looks really cool. Not as cool as the one at Fort Basila, though, that black one. Oh man, I know Ikazuchi or Shinagawa, like the monk from the South Wall. And that one's also quite snazzy, but the ninjas look so cool. Even the female ones here, like that darker blue, looks really nice. So even with haste, they are faster than Ramza. That's pretty scary, man. But I can practically evade all their attacks. Escutcheon 2, Featherweave Cloak, reflexes, like, they're really not going to be hitting me. And if anyone asks, yes, I had to do another take because RNG. But I still had a good time. Some of these, like, even if you have the right strategy, you will need some luck. And right here, I just go straight Chidi Jidan. Gets rid of multiple foes at once, and we'll have a good time. As long as our katana doesn't break on like every single ability, but I've had some good luck with mine not breaking. So yeah, from behind, they do have a small chance at landing on Ramza. I mean, 20% is actually pretty strong. Or pretty good. Bam, Ramza's just dodging like a king, but yeah, the 20%. So the way I think of it is, let's just say someone's like, hey, you have a 20% chance that you have a chance to win the lottery. It's like, darn, you know, I think that's pretty good. Like, if it was like World of Warcraft, like your items and loot chances, like 20% is pretty big. Some wannabe cool kid was speeding on the highway right there, so sorry if that did pick up. You know, just trying to flex and be cool when they're not really cool. Like, they ain't J7Js, that's all I gotta say. Let's see what this ninja does. Those two are like looking at each other, they're like making out in the back. I'm like, dude, come and face Ramza. But it's funny that AI is kind of pretty smart. Even from the side, like, they know they can't land an attack, so why bother? Like, I try, and you can give up. And that's 3 of them KO'd right there. So 2 ninjas left. I gotta wait for the other one to come down though. And I'll move down after I do this shout. Bombs are down, and we should be good. Blocked. Oh man. Turn my back. That's how you get them to come. Blocked. So some of them don't actually have dual wield, but reflexes is just really good to tackle engine. Bam. One down, one more to go. So, if you want an enemy to try and attack you, give them your back. But in most cases, you don't want to do this. Like in MMA, right? Don't give them your back and then go for a rear naked choke, and it's all over, according to Mike Goldberg. Shout out to any UFC fans out there. MMA, bam. She's KO'd. This is how you 5-star littering. And we can get a bunch of Gil. Desert Minefield gave us 100,000. Kaiser Shield. Very rare item. 2 Save the Queens. Angel Ring. Not too bad. But we got him. This is how you level 5-star littering. We got rid of him. So for this one, we are doing Shades of the Past. So we get to see Maluda again. Yeah, a lot of enemies here, so I decided to go Dark Knight Ramza. And take them out one by one. Since some of the enemies will stay up top, having the range of Sanguine Sword is so nice. Bam, that archer's done. White Mage gonna cast Haste or Protect possibly. This battle is not too hard. You have like Shira Hadori, you're gonna nullify everything, and Low Faith. So Maluda right there. If possible, save her last because she has a Chantage and Safeguard. She can't be KO'd unless everyone on the field is KO'd. I mean, she can get KO'd, but she's going to keep coming back. So you might as well save her for last. She also has White Magic too. So what you could do, which I don't think I do here, is Infernal Strike her or Dark Sword her. And that'll get rid of her MP. That Knight has Phoenix Downs, so that's unfortunate. I gotta get rid of him to stop the revives. So if anyone has items like that, that's a pain. Like, I don't know about you, there were a few cases in chapter 1 where like the enemy had high potion. And like healing for 70 in chapter 1 is insane in a story battle. So it's like, I'm just gonna get rid of that Knight. So yeah, game gets hard, and then at certain points, it's like, oh, it gets easier somewhat because of the damage. You'll do a lot more damage than enemies can have HP or etc. So there's a Hastia, really nice spell. Bad for us and the viewer, since we can't kill them as fast. They're going to take more turns. So there's that. A really weak heal attempt by the white mage. Yeah, cure. It's not going to save him. Like, if I could do my own balancing and patching, like if I had the tools and etc., I would definitely give the... I really wouldn't change too much about the game, to be honest. Like, I know some people are complaining about balance and etc., but I have a very extensive background in multiplayer games at a high level, one of the highest levels. Heroes of the Storm, I was master. Like 1% of the player base, or less than 1%, is in masters. World of Warcraft, 2,000 plus. All right. And this is a team of people who constantly patch and balance. I also played Age of Mythology, Age of Empires 2. Things with balance, it's impossible. Even in the multiplayer setting. So a one and done for single player, nothing's gonna get balanced. Will it be better than previous versions? Oh yeah, absolutely. But true balance is impossible. That's just the way it's gonna be. So we just gotta have fun with it. And if there are complaints about, Orlando or whatever, you can just opt out of not using him. That's the way I see it, or just give him a weaker weapon. Like, yeah, give him a broadsword. He's not going to be OP. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to see if I can get rid of that knight. I guess I got to go Sanguine Sword as the only option. He's hasted, so I really don't want to deal with him. He's down. This one's tough. I would have went Iaido Black Mage, but it can't. The attack can't go up top to reach the knights and white mages. So I was like, actually, I could have went teleport. Did like a YOLO teleport, but I was like, I'll show him the power of a true knight. So. Oh man, there's like a dog barking outside and someone just honking their horn randomly, trying to get attention. Or I think it's the school. I don't know. Yeah, people go to their car wash or something. There's the Sistalelli turn. But man, people watching this, if you really get this far, like, look how slow that thing is. You gonna tell me that's overpowered? I really don't think it is. All right, let's see what the white mage does. Man, those white mages are so annoying. Like, these guys aren't threatening me with damage. They're just playing not to lose based on their actions. So you just gotta go after the ones who can revive, then you're good. here. And Shira Hadori, huge lifesaver. There's Maluda being annoying. Yeah, the 30 potion, man. Ugh. Let's see how strong this Kiraja is for Maluda. I want to say not really. Ah, that's actually pretty good for a knight. Female MA. Ramza is a Capricorn. She's a Virgo 8. Yeah, and he has 3 faith. Yeah, not the best heal. Bam, let's get rid of her. Magic counter. She can't counter Sanguine Sword. Few more. Oh man, a lot more enemies left. See what Maluda does. Just doing Maluda things. Casting Protect. Like, that's not gonna stop a Sanguine Sword of Crushing Blow, man. Maybe unless he's Cancer? Alright, I gotta get rid of this knight. He's hasted. Protect, please miss. 51% chance. Oh, missed. Okay. See what this archer does. Nothing. We're almost there here. Let's go Abyssal Blade. Damn, love it. I was hoping it would be able to hit those 2 targets. Let's see what Maluda does. Now we can take care of her. Rest in peace, Maluda. So sorry. We're just waiting with our arithmetician there. Actually, there's another knight there. Dude, look at that jump. Now we'll take care of him. Man, I really think this Rendezvous content is cool. So whoever says that like Wordlines isn't a remaster, I mean it is, man. Look at all this stuff we can do here. All the dialogue was changed. Cutscenes and so on. That's what a remaster is. Abyssal Blade and Maluda's down. So this is how you 5-star Frog Splash. Shades of the Past. We're going to see what we get here. 92,000 gil. We get quite a lot from this. So, Bracers, solid. Durandal is amazing. Dragon Whisker. Chief's Cap. And, oh, the high potion's like the weakest thing. But there we go. Level 5 Exorcist. Now we're going to do the Knights Templar. Now this one is also very hard because it's a gauntlet of battle. So I had to bring out the D-leveled Ramza. So he D-leveled as Bard, and then he he leveled up as Squire and Ninja a few times. So like his Squire and Ninja, so he got a lot of good stats. Pretty much maxed out on MP, HP, PA. Yeah, he's amazing. So for this one, it's tough because you need to make yourself immune to several negative status ailments. Or actually, the main ones you have to worry about are the Unyielding Blade from the Divine Knights, which we're going to face at the end, and Arm and Leg Shot from Barrage. He's annoying. He has like Arcane Defense boost. Yeah, he's an insane machinist. He's like Mustadio, but TRT and any other drug that performance enhancing drugs rather. For this one, it can be tough because of Weegraph, but Ramza is just so fast here. For this first round, they're pretty much dead. They're nice and grouped up. That Archer's not going to do anything. So you can actually win this one without the increased stats, but it's gonna take much longer, and it's gonna be up to RNG in certain parts, especially against the mediators or orders, because of their various abilities like Mimic Darlavon, puts you to sleep. That one can be a hard time. Like their chances of the talk skill or speechcraft landings is not very high in most cases, but when it lands, it can really wreck you. This one, not too bad since it's all magic, just lower your faith. The first one, you can pretty much nullify if you have Shida Hadori, because it was just like, what, Squires, Archers. Not too big of a deal. This one's not too big of a deal either. The third one's tough, and the last one, if you don't have that safeguard. Because Vormov and Rofel or Lafrey, I think Rofel sounds better, but they have like 999 HP, so you gotta finish him off. And Divine Knight abilities are one of the best in the game, in my opinion, even though there's that workaround. PS1 not nearly as good since, you know, it can't work on monsters. But their names sound so much cooler. Like, people give the PS1 translation or dialogue, you know, some trouble. But here's what I gotta say. You know, you try learning Japanese or whatever, any language, like, you know, maybe in the middle of your life or in middle school or something, and you don't touch that subject or area for a while, and you try translating a game from, you know, your native language to the language you're learning. Like, if you don't put that much time into it or collaborate and work as a team, I guarantee it's not going to be better than the PS1 translation. However, with that being said, a lot of the names and abilities just sounded a lot better. Like the Divine Knight abilities, you know, Shelba Stab, Hellcry Punch, Blastar Punch, and Ice Wolf Bite, so amazing. And, you know, the Holy Sword skills as well. You know, Stasis Sword, Split Punch, Crush Punch, Lightning Stab, Holy Explosion, and of course, Night Sword, Dark Sword. So for this one, it's going to be a lot tougher since they're a bit spread out. So Ramza does have the Ninja Gear or Secret Clothes on. So everyone's invisible at this point. What I want to do is for them to gather up in a corner, and then I go for the Unholy Sacrifice or Abyssal Blade, and that'll wipe out more than one. So that's the power of being invisible. It's probably the most overlooked status positive status element or buff that you can have, because yeah, they're not going to target you, and it's like a concentration effect for one turn. So I think it's highly overlooked. Like, that one's underrated. And the move stat, like, people always talk about, like PA or MA, but being mobile is so key. So people will say like Raise, or Dragonkin, insane stat growths, right? But Orlando's equipment options, his move stat, I still think he's better, a lot better, and also his abilities. But if you were to go based on stats and equipment options, that's a big one. So sorry about that ambulance in the background, but I'm just gonna go for an unholy sacrifice here. Hold on, I'm trying to count the enemies here. So it's like 2-on-1, 3-on-1, 5-on-1. But all these folks are gonna need 9-1-1 when they're dealing with Ramza. So a little corny, but I had to do it. Yeah, this one's annoying because the chemists can revive, and speechcraft. So I actually attempted this one 4 times with my regular Ramza, not my superpowered stats Ramza, and this is the one that like ruined the clips and footage. Because they death sentenced me, and I'm like, I can't do anything. Or their physical attack worked around my 3% Shida Hadori. And stall. That's a really overlooked ability too. But you don't mess with Ramza. Go for an unholy sacrifice. So the key to this one, if you want to use with the characters, again, it's something that can take out multiple enemies. You like darkness. Oh man, Doom, Death Sense. Ooh. So glad I missed her. 29%, it's not too bad. It's like a bit over a quarter. Oh, 840. Got him. Love it. So, in my opinion, that one's probably the toughest level, because there's 4 to this. We graph an Izlude, Klishon, Barrich, and Bulk, and then Volmarv or Vormov, whatever you want to call him. Yeah, he's like the main villain, right? You got Lafrey, who, fun fact, even though he's a Divine Knight, like all the Divine Knights are different, whether it be on like their equipment options, stats, and abilities. So Lafrey is the only Divine Knight who has 3 abilities. He has Blast Star Punch, Shelba Stab, and Hellcry Punch. He does not have Ice Wolf Bite. So Vormov, ooh, gonna take a bit to get him down. I'll just get rid of him. Crushing Blow. Dude, imagine if you had Mana Shield with Sticky Fingers. Like, this battle would be infinitely harder. So again, because of the white mages, I don't really think they're going to be that threatening. The lower faith does help out. And of course, Shida Hadori, because Shida Hadori is one of the few abilities in the game that will protect you from jump, which the Lancers or Dragoons have. And the Knight's physical attack as well. I mean, the Dragoons, from my experience, are more likely to just physically attack you than jump. But if they somehow ever end up using jump on you, the Shida Hadori will nullify that. So yeah, the most threatening enemies are down. And yeah, this is how you 5-star the Knights Templar. From my experience as well, it tends to be the place where you can farm or are more likely to get Brigand's Glove. I did that in the past before I knew about line editor and giving yourself all these items. And here I'm gonna go for a Sanguine Sword, just in case the knight lands like a physical attack on me. I'm done. So 999. And I love the way it's slanted there. That was a really, really cool. That'd be a really cool clip or a highlight, for making a video. And then I finish him off with my favorite ability, Sanguine Sword. Looks so cool. When I first booted up Final Fantasy Tactics, Gaff Garion sing that Knight Sword from the PS1 days, I was like, I want this guy in my party. So here we go. Here's how you 5-star the Knights Templar. But yeah, my favorite ability ever. I was like, dude, this guy has to be in my party. I gotta have that ability somehow. And I really wish Ramza got to learn it. But here we go. Here's some items. Venetian Shield, really rare. Sasuke's Blade, Brass Cornet. And there we go. So for this one, we are going into All-Star Melee. Here's my gear that I want. I have Safeguard, so I'm protected from Melidel and Orlando's abilities, since I don't want them breaking my equipment. I have Jujitsu Gi, or Jujitsu, BJJ, Hoist Gracie, UFC fans. I have that to protect myself from the North Wayne Strike or the Crush Punch, because that can KO me. Orlando here, he's your biggest concern because he's hasted and he has Mana Shield. So, and he has like 77 bravery. He has a lot. So you can't expect him to KO him right away. Mana Shield, Mana Font. But I got super lucky here. I do manage to KO him right out the gate. Damn. He's down. And then also the Thief's Hat or Thief's Cap, because of Mustadio's machinist abilities or engineer. The arm and leg shot can really get you. See there? He gets me. Since she has the dual wield. See here. Yeah, I'm just getting rid of Mustadio. Crit. 999. Even though he's a Libra. And that's like, I do less damage because I'm Capricorn. And Melidel just has to attack me with their regular attacks. See what a Grice does. Again, yeah, that's also another reason she could Crush Punch me and it'd be game over. Like, I'll take any other negative status element. They can inflict on me, then just outright being KO'd. But you still gotta watch out for the Cleansing Strike, since that can inflict Doom. Of course, Judgment Blade and Divine Ruination or Holy Explosion. Like, since that can confuse you. Hollowed Bolt's negative status element. 1% chance on that stone. Thank God it misses. Whew. Yeah, I was like, I don't want to have to reshoot and redo the footage. Ramza is equipped with the Ragnarok there. Really, really cool looking sword, man. Fire Breath from Raze. 120, not too bad. Like, her Holy Breath is like the move you gotta watch out for. But the AI doesn't seem to want to target the panel that you're on. They try and go for the other ones, but if you're using, at least in the Warlines version, You know, if you're using the Tiamats or the Greater Hydras, Tri Thunder, Tri Flame, the Dark Whisper from the Tiamat, if you have someone with monster skill around you, raises Holy Breath, and Rafa and Merrick's Nether and Sky Mantra, or their, I'm not gonna say the Pierce one name, Heaven Seal, Hell Skill, but in War of the Lines at least, you want to target the panel that the main target, so the center. You want to target that target in the center panel. It's more than likely to hit the center target. In the PS1, it's a lot more random, so it technically is better if there's a group of enemies. But I like the chances of striking the center. It's a lot more consistent, and consistency is key for the most part. And it can strike more times, because on the PS1, man, I don't know about you, but for Rafa and Merrick, I was like, dude, Hell Knight, Heaven Knight, they sound so cool. And then I immediately stopped using them after the battle at Dugera Pass, or Dogrola Pass, PS1 name. So yeah, just take out the enemies one by one here. I'd save Beowulf for last, since he does have an Angel Ring. He can come up and res, or you could Infernal Strike him and get rid of his MP. Because if that stone lands on you, you're gonna be in trouble. But Beowulf is also a Libra. I'm a Capricorn. My Ramza has 3 faith, so the chances of him landing his Spellblade isn't very high. Go for the Unholy Sacrifice there, and it gets rid of him. So this is how I like to tackle all-star melee. Like, Orlando is the biggest concern here because of the Mana Shield, Mana Fountain combo. He's hasted, so he's going to get him more turns. And the AI loves to move around, so he's going to be restoring that MP back. And let's see what we get from the treasure chest. Yoichibo, Deathbringer. Any fans of Wrath of the Lich King, World of Warcraft, Deathbringer's Will. And level 5 Performer. But I just mashed and wanted to go to the next one. So right here, in my opinion, arguably, I wouldn't say arguably, it depends how you look at it. To me, this is the hardest rendezvous mission. You get a 5-star in the Guardian Temple, because there's so many automatons, or worker construct, whatever you want to call it. And the proto constructs up top that you see, they have thousands of HP. I'd say like 4,000 or 5,000 easy. And if you don't finish them fast enough, you're gonna get a game over. And they are insanely fast. Look at that. So with Ramza here, what you want to do is obvious. Like, the only way you can beat this is to have to take advantage of the generator trap, because they're too fast and they're too strong. Like, all these constructs have defense boost, and if you have a bad Zodiac compatibility with them, since they're monsters, you can't KO them because they have so much HP. They're gonna take less damage from the Zodiac sign, and they have defense boost. Like, they're pretty much not resistant to magic because of their atheist status. So yeah, you gotta take out these weaker automatons, and then you go up there to take out the proto constructs. That's very, very tough. We'll see what we can do here. And I do like the darkness here. Like, you gotta have a lot of speed. You gotta have a lot of attack. You gotta take care of these guys very, very fast. If you saw the build setup as well, I do have Save the Queen on. That protect is very handy for us. So we're gonna take less damage from their attacks. Mana Shield is also great as well. It's like your second life bar. So max MP for 999. You're gonna take more hits with Protect. If you can somehow, I don't think defense boost. I mean, it's good at taking damage per se, but you're gonna need that dual wield. You're gonna want to strike more times. So Infernal Strike is a way to heal yourself. Sanguine Sword. These guys just do heavy damage, so you gotta be extra careful. That guy's Cancer defense boost, so Ramza's not gonna be doing good damage. So there we go, 9 minutes till detonation. And then he like says something later that there's even less time. So yeah, you gotta finish those. There's 2 of them up top. So much HP. Like, this battle is so tough, man. Like, I have my other rendezvous guide on how to tackle it. But yeah, this is the 5-star with Ramza. You're gonna need those stats, man. If you put in the time, you can do the grind. I want to get rid of those 2. And then I can either Infernal Strike or Sanguine Sword to... Let me back up. But Infernal Strike would probably be best, and I keep checking the turn list. So sorry, motorcycle just passed, trying to flex, revving up that engine. Yeah, I just heal myself up there. That will protect me from any counter attacks, or the reaction ability counter. Since Mana Shield won't protect me from the counter, I have to go up and attack him with dual wield. That's how I'm gonna chip his HP down. Yeah, I'm gonna slowly chip this guy out. Yeah, 315. That's a lot of damage. Normally, you're not gonna have HP to survive those kind of attacks. So look at that. 8 minutes, 4 minutes error. Like, you need to be able to kill these fast, so. Yeah. So yeah, some people are gonna say, oh, do it without it. Like, no way. With Ramza. And I also had to, change his sprite back to his chapter 2 and 3 look. Chapter 4, not good looking. If you know me, fashion and looks go a long way with the characters, so. I mean, it's just the skin or aesthetic, but in terms of, like, you know, actual battle prowess and stats, you know, it's not a number. Like, you can't put that into the computer, but the look of something is very, very important. Like, you can't, it's like that spirit that, or like the Hawaiians call it the mana, you know, it's hard to describe. You can't put that into a computer or like crunch it into the numbers, but the computer can't calculate that, man, but it's a big deal. Like, once AI and computer gets so good, they're going to be able to incorporate that. And it's going to be an awesome, good time. So here, I got to be a little careful. I'm going to Sanguine Sword. Just in case his counter crits me, and I'm like, well done. Like the steak I ate last week. So I'm going to wait. Yeah, 2 minutes until detonation, man. You saw how many times I hit this guy? This guy's stronger than Ultima. Now that I think about it, like, why wasn't there a rendezvous mode with Ultima? Like, there's Lucavi in the Nightmares, which is coming up. But, yeah, why no Ultima, the High Seraph, the good-looking one? So yeah, let's knock that guy down, man. Regular attack. Oh my gosh. So we can just go after him. Like, he's not a threat. Sounds like 1 HP. 380. Man, this was a tough one to do. It took some planning. 1 minute until detonation. So it's like, I gotta get rid of that guy. Yep, Ramza, since if that guy gets his next turn, it's game over. I'm gonna move up to him. And give him the 1-2 with the dual wields. Actually, Sanguine Sword, because if he counters me, I'm dead. I heal myself back up. So once you KO them the first time, it's pretty much GG. And finally, my calculator gets a turn, man. Most overpowered jab in the game. Nope, don't think so. 999. That's insane how much HP they have. But yeah, that's a wrap. You gotta get rid of them before that countdown. So speed, you need like all the stats here to be really, really good. But if each of you deploy like 3 characters with the best post-game equipment, you'll be fine. If you don't, though, it'll be rough. And doing it solo is like another Kaizo challenge, man. So now he's done for. And we're gonna wait. And destroy this guy. GG, man. And then we go after the weaker automaton, and the match is ours. So without protect, oh man, those attacks would be so deadly. And of course the HP and mana as well. But we're having a good time because we just 5-starred the mission. So yeah, this is how you 5-star the Guarded Temple. You really don't need to have Ribbon equipped unless, you know, you're Raze or something. And that extra 10 HP would be nice, but yeah, no big deal. Brigand's Glove. This is also the only place where you can get Grand Armor, but it's incredibly rare. Or it's like in the chests or something, but from my experience, it's incredibly rare. I only got like maybe 4 in my history of spamming that rendezvous. So for this one, I have Ramza as an Onion Knight. We need that ribbon because of the negative status elements, since we're facing pretty much all the Lucavi here, and they have thousands of HP, so yeah. They have thousands of HP, so we're gonna need something. Like, we can't kill them outright very, very easily. And they have, you know, Petrify, Disable with Foul Heart, Lose Voice. That silences you. Not too bad, but like, you know, things with Befuddle, that'll confuse you. Bind stops you. Ague slows you. And then a Nightmare, which Zalera and Kukulin have, that the Sleep in the Doom effect. Yeah, you need that ribbon. So females do have the advantage here. Like Orlando's not going to save you in this mission. So the ultimate demons, I'm just trying to get rid of whoever I see, essentially. But Ram's is fast. He has protect. He has regen. Nothing's really going to stop him. Like this battle, to me, can be very, very easy or very, very hard. 56. Yeah, the Lucavi actually have good stats, man. Especially when they're at level 99. Oh, but Ramza missed like 81%. I should have actually moved to the side there or went for the Ultimate Demon, but I'm just being a little too cocky in this fight, so yeah. I mean, he's fast. I don't know why I did that. But yeah, Zalera can fly, so I should have not given my back. See what that Ultimate Demon does. Yeah, they're pretty strong too. Like, not gonna lie. And the Lucavi can pick up crystals to heal their HP for 999. So try and take them if possible. After you KO some enemies. They're just lined up nicely. Like, man, if the Onion Knight could use abilities, it'd be so much better. I don't know why they did that. The Zalera's KO'd. Probably the least threatening Lucavi, in my opinion, because put on the slower side. The Dramalek. He's kind of slow too. But I do want to get rid of him. Let's see here. Yeah, they're lined up very, very nicely for like a whole explosion. But too bad we can't use that technique, man. I really wish, like, if you mastered everything with Ramza, you got like his father's like a lot, even though like no description for it. Twister. Not to be confused with the guy from Rocket Power. Missed. But we're in a really good spot though. I don't see it losing at all. Like if you watched my guide to doing nightmares, 2 Onion Knights or yeah, Onion Knights or females with ribbons, and you're pretty good. You're going after Kukule, and that guy is tough. because he's fast. Like, you know, despite his size. He can be, yeah, some people consider him really easy. Or really hard. It depends. Like, I didn't have too much trouble with him. But, you know, like if you have a bad zodiac sign or something, if you don't have protect rings, which the shop sells, you could be in trouble. Bam. We're almost there. Another thing to do is to have lower faith too, since some of them do have magic. So having that 3 faith would be nice. So like magic won't harm you. We're in a good spot here. Dude, look at that lion, man. He's like jumping up like lions in the trees in Africa. So I guess, yeah, we're just going after Bellius here. It's so much HP. Bam, blocked that onion shield, man. So good. But those ultimate demons will just go down to one shot from Ramza. And that's a really cool ability. Oh, it's hard too. But we are hasted, got the regen, so no big deal. But man, the damage adds up. So the max HP is dude, 342, man. Gonna move to the side, slowly get rid of the ultimate demon. And I do recommend the Onion Sword. It has the most weapon power in the entire game at 50. And, you know, with high PA, you're gonna do so much damage. So I do recommend getting the crystal, so I don't have to waste a turn whack into Lucavi. They're gonna heal for 999. Bam. Ultimate Demon is down. So just Bellius. Ashmal is left. Dude, that guy. Still standing strong. Like, in my opinion, too, with the story, I felt Formov or Fulmarv, he went out in a bad way. Like, he just kills himself. Like the duel that supposedly was supposed to happen at the airship graveyard, I think would have been better. But maybe the game was rushed or something. I'd love to interview Matsuno or something. Dude, 999. He's done for. Let's just mano-y-mano with Oh, no, not Mono Mono. We got Kukulane there in his big old belly. Body is round. That Palace Cat meme going around. We're slowly gonna go after these guys. Give him a 9-9. He's down. Not bad evasion, 18% from him. He's done for. Just Kukulane. Dude, that's a lot of damage, man. 460. Moves to the side. We're gonna whack him. And it's GG. So this is how you 5-star Nightmares with Ramza solo. He needs to be that Onion Knight to stop the negative status ailments. And let's see what we can get here. If you're lucky, you can get a Dream Waker from this one. That's like the best staff in the game. Gives +4 MA. So let's see what we get. We get Ninja Gear, which is good, and Raz Aljathai, and Genji Shield, Deathbringer. So yep, this is how you 5-star Nightmares. So here we go. We're going to be starting Brave Story and how to 5-star it. So for this fight, it's going to be fought at Orban Monastery, where you fight Lofrey or Rofel in the second encounter at the end game. So it's relatively flat. It's why I have Mu +3 on top of Gaius Collier. Rams is going to be super, super mobile, and he can just go after each enemy. And this is insanely tough because there is so many enemies in battle. And I really recommend being ultra fast, being able to take multiple turns, and to get rid of multiple enemies at one time. So yeah, you see my insane Ramza. His awesome stats. So for this first one, I do recommend getting rid of Cloud, since, you know, Limit can cause negative status ailments, and there's Luso. This one's not too bad. You mostly got to worry about like the red chocobos and the black chocobos because they do good damage, but Cloud and Luso not really that threatening. And the tech from Worldly Robe is so you take less damage from a lot of the attacks. Reverie Shield, I prefer it over Escutcheon 2 because if you're going to be doing, oh no, they're going to be doing half damage from Triflame and Tri-Thunder, so I recommend Reverie Shield. Then Thiefsat for the Immobilize and Disable as well, because when you're facing off against Mustadio and Bulk or Barrich, you don't want them tripling you. And of course, Low Faith as well. You do want that. So, like, Mage is not going to cast anything harmful on you, really. So you just have to think about, you know, what's going to be the most threatening to you in this battle, because there's a lot that can ruin you, especially a bit later, a bit of the later battles. Even though this is like considered one huge battle, like Brave Story, this one's tough. I still wish some of the enemies, you know, had or used certain abilities, but it is what it is. 240 from those that red chocobo sugar pellets, but not too bad. We can restore, go back to full health here. And if you really want to cheese it, or any battle, or make it easy, like if you're going to deploy more than one character, like if you don't want to do the solo, brave suit, or go with an invincible female build. Like, nothing's gonna stop you really. So that's just if you really don't want to have a hard time, that's how you break the game essentially. But I don't want to do that here, even though you could argue, yeah, I'm using darkness and Ramza has insane stats. So Balthier here does have an angel ring. So you're gonna have to KO him twice. I do recommend KOing him to get him in critical, and then he's gonna try and heal himself or run away. So yeah, I do recommend going up to him since he has like the fastest speed stat of all the unique characters. So there's Abyssal Blade, gets rid of 3 people. And before someone says, oh, he can break his accessory, he has safeguard. So unfortunately, you gotta KO him twice here. I do an Unholy Sack on those, the Chemist in the Order. Get rid of them. And yep, he's back up. Dude, even when he's dude, Balthier is a G. Even when he's in critical, like when he's down on his knees, he doesn't look sad. Like you see a lot of the other characters, like when they're down, they look out of it. But not Balthier, man. That's how overpowered he is. Even Orlando's like looks kind of sad and depressed, but not Balthier. So this one's just a lot of guns, but it's not too threatening. I do like the Mana Shield here with the max MP. Now, ooh, a crit, 48. Some of these, yeah, you can win without increased stats, but I just figure we just do it to make it a little faster, since we spent a lot of time on Chocobo Defense and Chicken Race, and I'm like, let's turn it up a notch. And some of these enemies are tough. I'll go over which ones you do want to definitely have the Degenerator Trap and their stats. But not this battle. Some of the later ones we will. And we do get rid of Balthier here. Sanguine Sword. And he takes it. 999. Done. Love it. We're going to wait there. And then go after the Chemist in Order. I should have went. Yeah, there we go. Infernal Strike. Get my MP back up. Bam. So I have like 2 health bars. But negative status elements from the Lucavi, like Cuchulainn or Elidibus, and of course assassins. Like this is pretty much we're facing Brave story, like all the characters or enemies we face, like the named ones. So it's cool. I really like Brave story. It's also where you can get Crown Scepter and Sage's Ring. Like this is where you get it. I actually farmed this on my 2 PSPs a few years ago when I first started the channel. I was like, I really want this equipment, and I farmed this. And after like doing 2 of these, the PSP battery would die or be on a critical, you know, blink its light. So I'm so glad to be able to do it on emulator, and I don't know why I just regular attacked and she blocks it. There we go, 999. I should have just done the Sanguine Sword, but we're still in good shape. Like I remember trying to do this with Orlando, and one of the thieves in the last part. Here we go. These Onion Knights have like a Power Rangers shout out here. Dude, speaking of Power Rangers, all right. Not sure many people are going to watch this video. I'll just give them the benefit of the doubt. Because, you know, you never know what's going on in your personal life or whatever. I was hyped to meet Johnny Young Bosch. Um, I've heard a lot of good things about him. Like, very nice to his fans. Didn't really seem that eager to meet me though. When I said hi, you know, but maybe he was just having a bad day. Who knows? But he was an OG Power Ranger because you know respect paved the way. You know, Sammy Sosa, peace out. But yeah, for this one, you do want to get rid of the Cockatrice and the Plague Horror since they can cause a negative status element. If you're not fast, definitely get rid of those too. And the Onion Knights here, kind of cheating. You know, the developers are having a little fun. Whoa, 405 with that cloth. Oh my goodness. But yeah, the Onion Knights here do have some rare equipment. Unfortunately, they have Safeguard. So yeah, they're cheating. The Cockatrice can petrify you with Beak, so you rather not give them like your back or go up to them or have them fly up to you. And the Secrets here, or Sacreds, the beef up is like Focus or Accumulate, but well, on steroids since you're getting +2 PA. Really, really solid. Move him there. And then I go after him. Because I want to be able to move around freely. Like the bird family, they have like 6 move, man. And they have fly. Like, they make fly look good. We don't. Especially in War of the Lions. Like, I don't understand how or why fly is 5,000 JP. Like, it's not that overpowered. Maybe if there was a remaster of War of the Lions or a remake of it, I mean, who knows what's going on. But maybe Teleport deserves to be 5,000. Definitely not Fly. And we're gonna almost get rid of this Onion Knight. Running away. Darkness, Abyssal Blade, love it. Like, Abyssal Blade, you can rely on it doing solid damage if you're up close. On Holy Sacrifice, you're gonna have to do some, you know. I definitely recommend the level down and up trick. Go there. Sanguine Sword, and he's done. Bam. And this was it for this level. Get rid of those guys with negative status elements. And go after the Onion Knights. Like, they're tough, they have good stats, they have good equipment. Just keep your distance because some of them have abilities like Arts 4. Or this one can be tough. If you don't have that speed, you really have to be careful of the Greater Malboros, Elidibus, Cuchulainn. I'd say Cuchulainn number 1 because he's so fast. Yeah. Even with Ramza, he's hasted with like 26 speed. Cuchulainn will like take the next turn. But he's gonna have to. You're gonna have to use a few Sanguine Swords or whatever attack you're gonna do with 999. And I just shout with Ramza here. And then move away. Because I can't finish him in one attack, or one sequence, or one action. I mean, unfortunately, your stats won't carry over into the next round with Shout. So, yeah, doing the solo would be tough. Like, I mean, you can make yourself immune to... Yeah, nah, I think you need D-leveled stats for this one because he's so fast. Abyssal Blade, I get rid of 3 of them. I damage Cuchulainn here. I want to fight this guy. Here's the turn list. And I'll go for a crushing blow. Check the turn list. And I'm like, yeah, I'm moving out. Elidibus, while he does have more HP, he has the final summoner spell, Zodiark. Do a lot of damage, but you can just negate it with low faith. And if you have a lot of speed, you can just run circles around this guy. So for a super boss, if you know the ins and outs of FFT, you'll be fine with them. Especially in the late game, since the damage goes bananas. And if you want to use the special knights like Orlandeau or Lydell. There we go. Kukulain's down. Like, oh. Too bad we got no Ultima, man. She looks cute. Not these two. In my opinion, I don't play for that team. So I just checked the turn list to be safe. Like, better not to be too cocky. Just be aware of what's going on. It's just Lily's turn. Like, that's how long this battle is. See if I can stop Elidibus. Like, you can stop him if you get lucky, but I don't. So I'm gonna wait. Sister Lily gets her turn. I'm gonna attack. It's Infernal Strike. Because if I get frogged and it carries over to the next round, I'm pretty much screwed, since I can't take actions with her to help Ramza in a way. I'm just seeing what Ramza can do by himself. And it's Elidibus' turn. He's really not that mobile. And he's slow. So really take advantage. Play to your advantage always. And he does have counter. And I just go with Crushing Blow. His reaction ability. It's not going to save him. Still standing, man. So, I think one more attack and he should be done. I want to say. Bam. Sanguine Sword. And that's a wrap. That's how you tackle this fight. Get rid of Kukulain, everyone else, then go after Elidibus and just keep moving away. So that's why it's good to have good mobility. You definitely want it in Brave Story. Because my Ramza has like 9 move. Like, you see how insane he is. This one is, can be hard. Got the Dragoons, Dystarg. Dystarg is probably biggest threat here. Rune Knight, or for the OG's Loon Knight. I was like, dude, that's so cool. If it's supposed to be Rune. He does have he has Orlandeau's abilities besides Shadow Blade and Dust Blade. So he can break your equipment. That's why I really recommend Safeguard, Dystarg, the Knights Templar, Isolde, Melidel, Fulmarv, Lafrey, Rafael. So I really recommend Safeguard here. And then Balthier. Sometimes people will have Steel as a secondary. So there's Gafgarian with a crit from Defender. So even though Fell Knight is in his job description, that is his job. Even though Knight is in his description, I should say, he can't actually equip Knight Swords normally. So, just a heads up. Look at that Dragoon jump, man. So from my experience, I never really had these guys use jump on me. But with Mana Shield, Defense, Protect, they shouldn't be hitting me too hard. But they do have a lot of HP, so if you're not at like max PA, they can probably survive an attack or two. And I just do Unholy Sacrifice there, get rid of them. And just go after each one. Store my MP with the Infernal Strike. Man, that looks so cool. And then I do a Sanguine Sword. Can we back up? And look at that jump, man. Imagine if they all had horizontal and vertical jump 8. They start jumping on you. That'd be so scary. And I finish it off with a Crushing Blow, and then we're going to move on to the next battle. So Brave Star is quite long, and it's like a 3-hour upload. So anyone who like watches this in full in one go, oh my goodness, you're a champ. Like this took several days to record and, you know, do some commentary over. So there's Alma. What you want to do is for this fight, go on the left side and take care of Orlando first. Then Merrick, Alma, and then go after Oran. Orlando is hasted and he hits hard. So Unholy Sac. And then you go after Oran, since you don't want Celestial Stasis doing you know, nasty negative status elements. Holy Sacrifice is in range, gets rid of the Time Mage. And the Time Mage and the Yin Yang twins. No, I'm kidding. The Oracle or the Mystic. They have some unique color sprites here, so it's pretty cool. Rafa can revive with Phoenix down, so I do want to get rid of them. And there's a Mystic with a crossbow. Pretty funny. And I'm just seeing where she can move, since I don't want her to attack me. And she has best compatibility with me. Bam, 999. Get rid of them. They are down. So we got the Time Mage and Mystic left. Not too big of a deal. I'll wait there. Go for an Unholy Sac, and it's GG. But we are going through this one quite fast. We're gonna wait. This rendezvous is so scary. Oh my gosh. Assassins, Elmdor, Zombag. Man, dude, he got beat with the ugly stick, man. Look at that face. But he's deadly, so we gotta get rid of those 4. And then we got the Archaeo demons, or Archaic demons. They are tough enemies too, but those 4, they are good stats all around. Zombag is slowed. 840. Wish I could have finished him, but I'm Capricorn, he's Cancer, and he has defense boost, so he's gonna take a bit. But you have to get rid of these enemies, especially the assassins. Vampire, you know, if you're not on the same elevation, you can avoid. But if he gets off like Muramasa, the Doomed Aspirations, and you get confused or doomed, it's pretty much game over. So take the crystal. I'll heal my MP and HP, and I'm gonna go after these demons, and it's pretty much set. But those are the most deadly enemies you gotta get rid of. Celia and Letty, Zombag, Elmdor. The 2 Arc Knights are together. Pretty funny. Yeah, these demons hit Part 2. Yeah, I just don't see how Ramza can face these guys without the stats or darkness. Like, Don't think an SSCC of this is possible at all. Unless you... Yeah, I don't think. Personally. $140, not too bad. And these enemies are immune to Holy. Which is weird. Demons being immune to Holy, but the Lucavi, I think Toshinagawa. I mean, yeah, I wrote that in the comments. Like, I know they're not, I mean, they're immune to Holy, but it's just like reassurance, right? Yeah, it's weird. Like, they're demons. Shouldn't Holy be able to exorcise them, right? Blast them, Holy Light. But it is what it is. It's a video game. We gotta have fun. Let's see. I'm gonna take out that guy. Vernal Strike for the win. And base. Get rid of him. Just regularly attack him from the side. It'll be 100% against like all monsters. Then I want to go after him. I'll just wait. Conserve some CT, and I don't want to take damage from him. So sometimes waiting is the best option. It's a big YouTube channel, bigger than mine at least. I think Resonant Arc said always do an action, and I'm like, no, that's not true, man. Then again, I'm all FFT. They just kind of talk about games. They don't really have gameplay on their channel. They just talk, play. So yeah, I really don't agree with some of those tips, but it got like 500,000 views. But it is what it is. So here we go. Here's like the Lionel enemies. I mean, the Lionel Castle people. You do want to get rid of. Like, some of them are scary enemies are going to be Beowulf, at least. And the Tiamats and Greater Hydras. That's why we have Reverie Shield, and like max HP and MP to tank their attacks. If not, it's a tough time because they're also very fast. The Tiamats and Greater Hydras are some of the most scary monsters in the game. Let's see. Dude, Elise, I love his sprite, man. I want to probably get rid of those two dragons. Holy Sacrifice. Bam. 999, baby. And we're in good shape. Let's see what Raze does. I think she wants to cast, she wants to revive Beowulf? Or was it Elise? Or am I remembering a different time I played Brave Story? So there we go. There's Tri-Flame. Yeah, it's so inaccurate, man. You gotta target the panel where Ramza is. There we go. Yeah, see, 192. If not, that'd do like almost 400 damage. Like, and you times that by 3. There you go, your HP's gone. If you were using Ramza normally. So thank God that Confuse does not hit. I keep it on the low percentage, man. Dangerous. Checking that turn list. I do want to try and KO. I want to see what Abyssal Blade can do. To get rid of her. I don't really see her using her dragon abilities here. But yeah, I feel like most of the targets here, if you can kill them, kill them. The only one that's not really that threatening are Hydras or Bremon. Not really that threatening. But everything else, like if you can get rid of Tiamat, Greater Hydra, Beowulf, at least get rid of him. Go after this Greater Hydra, Booker T. For those of you that know the names of my monsters in the roster, 999. There we go. See what the Greater Hydra does. Fire attack, 225. If I were him, I'd go for that Tri-Flame and Tri-Thunder. But such is life, and we gotta live. And we'll continue on. Wait right there. We're gonna move here. And Infernal Strike. Go our MP, and then let's attack him. Gonna wait. And Sister Lily gets a turn. Man, look at all that. I'll throw all that action. She only gets one turn. 999. And it's a game over. We will move on. That's a tough one. That's a very tough battle. This one's also very tough. You face the Knights Templar. All of them. If you have Safeguard, Old Marv, Malidal, Lawfrey, not much of a problem. Weegraf will be a problem though, because he has Mana Shield. They all have like 97 Bravery, but yeah. Weegraf for sure. So we got rid of Clishan. He's not really that threatening. Barrich has the Mana Shield. They're hasted too, and they have good stats. Look, 2 turns and Varmav. He's like 733 HP. Oh. And Weegraf. Scary stuff, man. His Lude will jump. He has Excalibur. Still good damage, though. There's Malidal. Let's go for an Unholy Sacrifice. Bam. So we're in good shape here. Well, yeah, Confessor Zalmor. I guess you could add Delita here, sort of, because he kind of goes to the church for a short time. I just get rid of the time edge and then move away. Like, I will be doing a Divine Knights video. We're going to compare them all. Let's see what Zalmo. Mo. He's cheating. Anyone knows, I use that in some of my videos, so people seem to like it. You always got to add some comedy, like, and just being true to myself. Here's a Malidal. I'm just afraid of Weegraf, man. But I could probably just go in there and nuke all of them now that I think about it. I was like, I don't want Weegraf to hit me. But I have Excalibur absorb Holy on, so now that I think about it, I'm just like, I'm rewatching the gameplay. I'm like, what am I afraid of from these enemies? Like, this should be, I mean, it's a hard one, but with my setup, it's easy because I have Safeguard. which will ruin Divine Knights and Thieves and Knights. Get rid of them. Now imagine if they like dual wield Chaos Blades and Excaliburs. Like, that'd be my difficulty. 294. Because Vormob is a Leo, if I'm not mistaken. Lidl's Capricorn, Wheatgraft's Virgo. So, oh wow, I'm actually pretty low on HP. First Strike. There we go. Sanguine Sword. 999. I'm back to full HP. So, the strongest Divine Knight's out of the way. And we just gotta wait for Malidal to come. Just gonna get rid of her. Dude, that'd be insane if they all had Mana Shield. But it's like you'd have to attack them twice in order to KO them. That'd be insane. So Wheatgraft has 3 moves. He's not that mobile. Like, imagine if everyone had move plus 3 Mana Shield. That'd make these battles so much harder. I go for an Infernal Strike to get rid of the MP on Mana Shield, and then I'm gonna just finish him off. It's like 1v1 with the Time Mage, like the spectator or the cheerleader. She's cheering Wheatgraft on. And we got Ramza. And Sistaleli's like cheering in the skies, like hiding in the bushes at the sports game. He's like, I can't let her see me. There you go, Wheatgraft's down. You gotta attack him twice to finish him. So he's probably the most dangerous enemy here. And Barrach too. He has Mana Shield, and he can mobilize, disable you. But there you go. Time Mage is done. And we are moving on to the final fight in Brave Story. This one is tough. We get to see some unique Dark Knight sprites. Balmafra. Dude, why isn't Ovelia here with why isn't Ovelia here with Delita? But yeah, so these Dark Knights, they have Save the Queen and defense boosts. Some of them have Mana Shield. Like, they're tough to KO. Like you see there, Ramza, he has max stats, and then also the Zodiac Sign. Yeah, they're tough to KO. Like Cover says, Orlando face roll. Do these battles. He is not going to get you through it by himself. So Delita is the most dangerous enemy here. He can do like 999 to you because he has Chaos Blade, 97 Bravery. Really gotta watch out with him. I do want to get rid of Delita though. I think he has Shira Hadori as his movement ability. I mean, as his reaction ability, I should say. Then, like, move plus 3? Could be wrong. So he's down. We do want to get rid of him. Let's go. Yeah, and the Dark Knights here, from my experience, and I've done this final one many, many times. I've never seen them use any of their darkness abilities. So yeah, kind of wasted potential, to be honest. And we're just getting rid of the Dark Knights. Balmafra is an issue. Since she has like 999 HP, she can restore her MP upon movement. Metafont. She's also, I've said this before and I made a video about it, that you can get lordly robes from her. Like, you can get an unlimited amount. You just gotta steal it. God, look at that Soulbind, man. Oh, she has that reaction ability. Yeah, I'd save her for last, or just try and keep her down. Just try not to let her res Delita. If she reses Delita and he goes next, that's a huge problem. Man, that Dark Knight, man. I'm so disappointed. You see them in the game, finally, and you're not using Sanguine Sword or Crushing Blow. Like, there's a lot of potential for like a hard mode without, having to retweak or change the abilities, to be honest. Like, all you got to do is just give the enemies equipment and abilities that we use, like higher tiers of it, and the games will be harder. Or just limit yourself. So yeah, honestly, if I knew how to ASM hack, I just do it myself, and I think it'd be the best version. Personally. Like my background in multiplayer games at a high level, FFT. Like, I think I'd make a solid mod. Maybe I should one of these days. I didn't have to work, man. Or make YouTube videos, because YouTube videos are a lot of work too. But I am so thankful for the audience here. 126, save the queen. Love it. So yeah, she's casting Cure. We're gonna get rid of this Dark Knight, and then Balmafra is ours. She's kind of cute. I mean, I remember one of my videos in Final Fantasy Tactics 2.4, Evil East Remastered. I had a clip, and a lot of people liked it. I was like, yeah, Balmafra is kind of cute. One guy was like, no, and I'm like, your wife isn't me DMs, man. You don't diss Balmafra. She up there. There we go, 999. And this is how you 5-star Brave Story, man. Just gotta keep that distance away from Delita. Go after each enemy. Save Balmafra or the last enemy. So we got a Masamune, Onion Shield, Golden Axe, another Masamune, Stardust Rod. And we're gonna end it off with an Ill Wind. So for this one, I decided to go the defense boost, protect, stacking route, and Japamala. So because you're gonna face a bunch of Argaths here, and he can vampire you if you're not careful, like if you're not in the same elevation. I just figure I'll eat his Shadow Blades and just KO him outright. And like I had to do chapter 2, 3 Ramza armor, because dude, Ramza, like, not a fan of that chapter 4. And Argath gets it, like he comes back and he gets the armor that looks cool. Like, you gotta be kidding me, man. So here's a bunch of Argats. Argat sounds like a too cool name. I think August is very fitting. But here we go. These enemies are tough. They have like 999 HP, Soulbind, Mana Shield. So again, like if you can't finish him off and he gets a Soulbind on you, that's a lot of damage. First strike too. So, in my opinion, just go after each one by one if possible. He will do bonus damage to you if you're a Taurus or Capricorn. So keep that in mind. He's a Death Knight, man. Like Wrath of the Lich King, you know, hero class. Kinda. Let's get rid of him. 999. And we're just gonna eat a bunch of Sanguine Swords. Or, I mean, Shadowblade. And he has Ragnarok on. So that's a pretty good Night Sword. Comes with Shell, so... Magic attack's probably not going to be your best run here. But we're just tanking the hits. If our MP wasn't so high, like, it'd be pretty dangerous. Like, you could also go the first strike concentration route with Curse Ring. So if you have Curse Ring on, he's never going to need Shadowblade. That's also another trick. Or a female with like ribbon. Like this fight to me, just like Nightmares, can be really hard or really easy. You can really exploit it. But you know, once you know the game, that's getting any game, man. Or anything in life. If you know how to tackle it or know the ins and outs, you're gonna do well. Dude, and he gets these sword skills, man. I'm upset. Because Ramza couldn't get these naturally. Bam, 240. Let's move here. Go for an unholy sack. That'd be insane. Yeah, let's just do it. Yeah, I mean, Brave's story was epic. This one, I mean, I don't really like an ON. Some people like it because we get to kill him again, but should have had his chapter 1 armor. He doesn't deserve this look. Go darkness. Let's get rid of him. So that Soulbind, imagine if I didn't do 999, that would hurt. Like if I did 998 and it reflects back for 50% damage and heals him. Oh, that's nasty. So just like Gafgarian, he only has Shadow and Duskblade. But they're insane abilities, man. $168. So yeah, 168 from like all these enemies really does add up. So I do suggest the level down and level up method. 216 crit, good for him. We're just like giving him some false hope, then we're gonna finish him off. So I do go for an unholy sacrifice here. Oh wait, do I not go for an unholy sac? I checked the reaction abilities. Okay, there we go. I get rid of his mana shield first, and then I unholy sacrifice to be safe. You know, I get my HP back. Then, oh wait, no, I'm not remembering it correctly. Two sanguine swords. There we go. She finally gets in a turn. She gets in that one turn after all that action, man. 168. It's really not a problem. He gets a job level up. All right. He's pretty fast, too. Another Shadow Blade. It's like the ability, like you want Ramza to have, the armor you want Ramza to keep. He gets it. I'm like, oh man, whoever did this at Square, man. We gotta have a chat. We'll talk about it like with like coffee or something. Like I'll buy you lunch or dinner. Just getting to talk to you. I'd be like, hey, I love the work that you did on Prompt Fantasy Tactics, but so why'd you give Argath, the stuff that should belong to Ramza, you know what I mean? But hey, the developer, you're watching this, I'll buy you lunch. We just gotta have that chat. It'll be friendly. I'm just gonna give you a hard time, we're just joking. So here we go. Here is how you 5-star all the rendezvous missions. This one in Illwind, with solo Ramza. And strategies and builds, I go over all of it. In a 3-hour video practically. So Perseus bow, Genji helm, Venetian shield. We got some nice equipment. So this is how you 5-star all the rendezvous missions. If you made it this far, like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much. Good karma. Have a great one, and I'll see you next time with more videos. Take care.